Hello. Thank you for tuning in today. The Seeker and the Sage. Today's topic is negatives in the language of poverty, speaking your life into existence. This is part 2. And I know I'm doing at least 2 more on poverty, the language of poverty. So it may actually be 3. I'm working on that currently. So poverty is not, I'm just going to fix this so I can read it a little bit better. There we go. Poverty is not a place or a situation. Poverty is a state of mind or mindset. And poverty is a mindset because poverty is a word. And words originate and live in the mind. Just checking, I thought someone was here. Words make thoughts, and thoughts make forms. Because you're in charge of your thoughts and your words, you can change your mind and change your poverty into a different form or into content. Also contentment. Content and content are the same word, but they are used differently. So what does the language of poverty look like? The language of poverty contains 3 elements. Elementary terminology, like very basic words, as in elementary school terminology. A sparse vocabulary, meaning very few words. So most maybe somewhere along the lines of maybe 1,000 words or 10,000 words or maybe 5,000 words. Very few words. And the use of negatives. So those 3 things: elementary terminology, a sparse or a small amount of terminology, vocabulary, and the use of negatives. So in this segment, we're going to focus on the use of negatives. So negatives are adverbs. And adverbs modify verbs. And every verb can be modified or changed by adverbs. Verbs are action words, such as do or run. Without verbs, you can't do anything. You can't talk about doing anything. You can just say I or dog. Some examples of negatives are can't, don't, shouldn't, wouldn't, couldn't, haven't, ain't, no, not, never, and nothing. Since adverbs modify verbs, adverbs change action. So the verb run can be modified by the adverb fast. Run fast. Fast is an adverb. The same goes for the verb do. It's also called a helping verb along with be and have. But do can be modified by the adverb not, as in do not. Not is an adverb. Okay. Now, since every verb can be modified, then every action can change. So, I do can change to I do not. And I have can change to I have not. In the language of poverty, the use of negatives block action. Saying I do not stops the action of doing. So action is the flow of power. No action, no flow, no power, no results. Simple. Poverty feels like a lack of power, and it is, because there's no action, no movement, and nothing to show for that action. So the only thing that's manifested is lack. That's why poverty feels like powerlessness. Now, here's how you can tell if you have a poverty mentality. Pay attention to your words. Look for, I don't have X. I can't have Y. I shouldn't do X. I wouldn't do Y. I couldn't have X. I didn't do Y. I'm not X. Why am I not Y? Now, how do I change poverty mentality? Eliminate the negatives. Piece of cake. Anytime you notice yourself using negatives, look around and see what you do have instead. You might say, I don't have time to eat. And you immediately notice that you're using a negative. Don't. So change the sentence to, I do have discipline to wait until I do have time to eat. Here's another one. I don't like it, her, or him. Use your power to act by saying, I'm grateful for my days off with my friends, my brother, my pet, rock, something like that. To say I have, I do, or I am are all forms of gratitude because they're all positive. So think about that for just a second. Not positive as is, oh, I'm so happy all the time. That's not what this means. To say I do, or I have, or I am are all forms of gratitude because they're all positive. They're all stated in the present tense, and the present is now. The now is always positive. Anything stated now is the positive. If you say I don't have, even though you're saying it now, it's still in the past. And it's still an idea about the future. So it's an anticipation of a memory, but it's not now. Because right now, you have a life, you have breath, you have hair. Even if you've shaved your head or if you're going bald, you still have some hair. You have eyesight, you can hear. How much eyesight and how much you can hear is irrelevant. It's just that you have these things, okay? You have currently, so you are. So let me repeat this again. The reason I am, I do, and I have is positive. Those statements are positive is because they're stated in the present tense, and the present is now. The now is always positive. Anytime a sentence is stated in the now, it is positive, okay? The past is gone. It's negative. It's no more. You can't go back and get it, and you can't go back and repeat it. The future never comes. So there is only now. There is only ever now. You can remember yesterday, now. You can think about tomorrow, now. You can have a memory of going to the bathroom 5 minutes ago, now. You can remember what I said 3 minutes ago in the video, now. Okay. So live in the now is to live in gratitude, okay? To live in the now is to live in gratitude. To be positive is to live in gratitude. That's what that means. If it's positive, it's grateful, okay? That's how that goes. So if you live in gratitude, you live in the abundance that you are, as in a state of being. To be is to be in a state of gratitude. You already are. You can't be anything other than are. I are. You could really say I are, which is I am, and it's the same thing. Now, you need only say I am to be in the full state of contentment, or to have content, or to have abundance. Contentment is to be full of content. Content, contentment, same thing. Okay. But adding adverbs can help clarify the things, the abundance in your life. Okay? It's a step in that direction. So it's a way to use your abundance in your favor. It's a tool. So if you hear yourself say, I don't know, rather say, I'm courageous. If you say, I'm unsure, say, I'm brave. If you say, I can't, say, I'm adept. If you say, I don't have, say, I am appreciative. If you say, I don't know how, and say, I am creative. If you say, I never, say instead, I am resourceful. So those are different ways to combat or to rewrite in a positive manner the present state of what is happening now, which is your abundance. So in closing, I will say to be gentle and patient and kind to yourself. Use your generous mind, and I talked about generosity in another video, to be open to the change happening to you right now. Be generous in your attitude and behavior toward yourself. Leave your comments below on your changes as life in the details. Leave your comments below on the changes that are happening in your life, because life is in the details, and sharing a change that happened once or for a short time is still change. Neurons in the brain rewire with every single step. You are an inspiration to others, and spreading your awareness and higher consciousness is the food that feeds. So even a small change may change the trajectory of someone's life forever. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe and share. Yes, even sages in this third dimension can use likes. Until next time, may all your endeavors bring you peace. From the seeker and the sage, namaste.